That's unbelievable. You should go first and you sit in the middle, and then I think Reese is just gonna sit on my lap. I'm gonna back this thing in to the garage.
I found an old Tic Tac.
Oh my God, this thing's huge. It's a gloomy day in Oregon, so Celia and I have the farm truck in the garage today. It doesn't really fit. We're gonna do a little brake job. I've got brand new calipers, pads, and brake lines. We already replaced the brake master cylinder on the 1,000-mile drive home from Montana in the Napa Auto Parts parking lot. So the total for this job comes in at about $340, which I think is a small price to pay to make sure that the most important thing on a vehicle is functioning properly. First thing is important, we should chalk the wheels here so the truck doesn't roll out of the garage when we get it up on the jack. So that's so the truck doesn't roll down the driveway on accident, because we're gonna take the brakes off. Keep going until the wheel's off the ground. It's a pretty big truck. What's this thing called? Let's use some big kid tools, what do you think?
Oh yeah, big kid tool. Dang, that was hard.
All right.
I'll put whatever you want.
A little heavy even for me. This is a brake caliper and a brake rotor. In between is the brake pad. When you push your foot on the brake, it pushes hydraulic fluid through these brake lines, and then that brake caliper squeezes the brake pad with a tremendous amount of force, much more harder than your foot can push on this rotor, and that's what creates friction to stop the truck.
This way or the other way?
Just turn it either way, it'll automatically go the right way. See how that works? This might take a while.
Oh, don't fall on me.
Nice. All right, first 5 minutes of working on a car, how's it feel?
Good.
It feels really good when you actually fix stuff. That feels really good.
I'm definitely gonna take a shower today.
Keep going. Are you even trying, or are you just making grunting noises? Oh, watch out, the brake fluid. I think it's time to take these brake lines off. Next, get our toolbox here with our very small assortment of standard tools. We don't really have a whole lot of standard tools because I kind of threw all of them away.
Shoot, I dropped it on accident.
Welcome to working on cars. I don't know where that wrench went. I think it's gone forever.
You see it down there?
Oh. So before we take these all the way off, we're gonna open up the box and just double check that the parts that I bought match these parts so that we don't do a bunch of work and then have to put the old stuff back on, because that wouldn't be fun. These look really nice. Holy cow, look at that. That is shiny. I'm old and can't really see, so you're gonna have to hold the flashlight.
You're not old, you're new.
Choosing to replace the brake lines on this truck for our first restoration, modification, whatever you want to call it, was probably a little optimistic because it was really hard. I ended up taking over and bending those things in there. Probably something that would be a lot easier if you had the engine out, but I wasn't really in the mood to do that. So we've got all that stuff in. It's all tightened up again. The brake lines are fresh and shiny, and we're going to move back to the calipers and put brand new calipers on with brand new pads. Should be a little bit easier. I left the last brake line still sort of in here, so get under there and pull on that, and I'll undo the last couple threads.
Throw it in the garbage. Come on, Riley.
We've got a brand new brake line. These are the soft type of lines which go from the chassis to the wheel, and they need to be soft so that they can move. These rubber ones can break down over time, so it's important to keep these in good condition. I think this will probably be one of the more important things that we do today. All right, do you remember how that went in?
Like I put in like that way.
Yep, they kind of made these a pain in the butt to put on. At least I haven't figured out the best way to do this yet. I already did the driver's side off camera because I wanted to get it knocked out really quick since we're running out of light here.
So if he gets mad, he's gonna throw them on the ground. Come on, Riley.
All right, I've got these all lined up. Now it's your turn, Celia, to tighten them. There you go, nice, okay. So now all we got left to do is put the last brake line onto this caliper here, tighten that up, and then we can bleed the brakes. So right here is called a banjo bolt. Little copper washers on here, and those washers are going to keep this from leaking, hopefully, is the plan.
This is dirt, did you know that?
It's just like caked on with mud.
I'm sorry. Oh, I splatted some, I'm so sorry.
Perfect. It's full. So you're gonna pump that pedal down there in the middle. It's open now. Riley, you can start pumping. Hopefully some brake fluid starts coming out of here. I don't know if Celia actually likes working on cars or if she just likes cars because I like cars, but I at least want to give her the chance to try because not a lot of girls get to do that. I think today we definitely found kind of the maximum of the 6-year-old attention span. So she's still pretty young and she gets a little bit bored when I have to jump in there and wrench on something that's maybe a little bit too hard for her physically or just complicated, even on this simple farm truck. But I was a little bit frustrated with the lines because I saw a lot of brake fluid leaking out of places and I thought we might have messed it up and taken a few steps back. But after I revisited everything, tightened everything up, I think it's all holding pretty well. We took a little bit of a break from the truck this week and didn't quite finish it up. We still need to put some new shoes on the rear brakes, and I bought some speed bleeders, which are my favorite thing for doing brake jobs. They've got a little check valve in the nipple so that when you're pumping the brake fluid through, it can't go back the wrong direction. I also bought a special attachment for my brake boost bleeder thing, so we don't have to sit behind the driver's seat anymore and pump the pedal. I'll show you guys how that works. It's pretty cool. It's a lot easier than having to sit there and pump the brakes. You can pretty much do it all by yourself. So we're gonna try to do this without the truck rolling down the hill.
I'm holding the back of it.
What's it gonna hit? 240? Not the most expensive car in the whole neighborhood. It's heavy. Whoa, look at all the brake dust in there.
Oh!
So this works exactly the same as the front, except for it's opposite. When you push the brake pedal, these pads separate and they push against that drum, and the friction from that is what stops the truck. Okay, it's a little more complicated than I thought. Just gonna have to try to put everything back together exactly how it came out. All right, so we found a picture of a brake drum online, which should definitely help. Ow! It's gonna hurt tomorrow. This video is not exactly turning out like I wanted it to. I was hoping to have this beautiful experience where my daughter and I just like learn all this cool stuff together, and it's just been typical car BS, you know, fighting stuff and hitting your hand with a wrench and stuff like that. Luckily we got that brake together. She took a little bit of a brake coloring in her book while I was doing some stuff, but she actually helped me a little bit looking at the pictures of the brakes and figuring out where all the springs went. You know, it's kind of fun having somebody help work through things like that. Even though she didn't actually do some of the physical work, it was pretty cool having her doing some of the intelligence. Oh my God, I think it's back together.
We fixed it!
I can't believe
Fist bump!
That's unbelievable. I can tell you've been working on the car. You got some dirt on your face. Oh, now there's more. Sorry. All right, so Cars and Coffee starts in about an hour. We got our brake booster bleeding kit here. I'm not really sure what this thing's called, but these little fittings go on the master cylinder. We're gonna use this giant metal one that's made for these old trucks. Yeah, hopefully the brakes will feel a little better. Can you reach all the way over there? Oh, it's too far away. Oh my gosh, this truck's even hard for me to work on because it's so big. Yep, it's just gonna pump air. It's gonna force all this brake fluid that's inside of there through the system. This is just caked on with mud in here. All right, so just keep ratcheting that. There you go. Great, I'm sure that's really good. Of course, it's the wrong size, which happens like every time you work on a car. So we put the stock nipple back in because it got the wrong part, of course. Always happens. Is it reading anything on the gauge yet? You just have to be an insane person. So those old nipples in the drum brakes are like so clogged up with mud and rust and who knows what that we can't get the brake fluid to squirt out of them, which I mean, it's just leaking all over the side of the brake drum. Not that big of a deal, but I'm just not gonna deal with it now. We're just gonna wait till we get the right size speed bleeders. We're gonna try the front. Maybe those speed bleeders will fit on the front, but we can at least get the front bled. We got 20 minutes until we gotta leave. Let's try and whip this out. If the 2-year-old will stop terrorizing the neighborhood.
It's coming! Is all that stuff in those?
Oh, I see. All right, I'm just gonna close this off for now. We're gonna go to Cars and Coffee. We got one corner bled. Will we stop? Who knows? Who knows if the truck will stop? Oh, we're gonna be right on time. We're doing pretty good, actually.
Donut!
We got 13 minutes.
Donut!
In our first episode of actually working on the farm truck was pretty difficult. I think it was a silly idea to try to do the brakes. Sounds easy in theory, but in reality, there's just brake fluid everywhere. It's dirty, it's tough, you gotta lay on the ground. Maybe not that much fun for a 6-year-old. What do you think?
It was fun.
It was still fun?
It's fun.
All right. Well,
fun.
I think the number one thing is just hanging out, spending time together, learning things.
The number one thing is to have fun.
True. Dad needs to work on that. Dad needs to work on his patience.
And patience is number 2.
Yeah. Well,
Happy.
What do you think is the next thing we should do to the farm truck? I got 3 things. Should we do the front windshield? Should we do new seats, or should we fix the heater?
Heater.
All right. Next episode, we're gonna fix the heater. Don't forget to check your polarizer.
Yeah. Goodbye. Ugh.